Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're watching again. I'm pretty excited for this look because I'm sort of venturing out a little bit. I'm using cooler tones and I'm using all shimmer. Shimmers are really hard for me to use just because I find it to look kind of messy when you use all shimmers, but I wanted to find a way to try to make it work. So I used these frosty cool tones to create sort of a purpley, icy kind of look. So I really hope you guys enjoy this look. If you do, give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And of course, let's chat in the comments down below.
Alright, to start off, I'm going to throw this hair back so it's out of my face. Now the first thing I'm going to apply is this number 28 primer by Hourglass. This is nice and hydrating, perfect for my skin. And for the foundation, surprise, surprise, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is definitely one of my absolute favorite foundations. Just going to stipple that in using my beauty blender, and the color that I'm using is Sand. Now to contour, I'm also using the same foundation but in Caramel. Now this isn't too much darker than my complexion, but I wanted something like a softer contour, nothing too intense, so I figured this was the perfect thing to use. And it's just easier to blend liquid anyway. So just using that same side of the beauty blender, I'm gonna just go right in and blend that out, and then you'll see once it's done, it's just like a really soft contour, just gives it a little bit of dimension. Like I said, really soft, very natural. Now to conceal and highlight, I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Ginger, and I'm going to apply that under my eyes. I'm actually going to cover a lot of area with this, just to really contrast with that natural contour. And then using the pointed side of that beauty blender, I'm just going to do the same thing, blend, blend, blend. Now I want to make sure I set all of this, so I'm going to use my Girlactik Star Powder. This has just been one of my go-tos lately, so I'm just going to lightly apply that under my eyes, basically everywhere that I applied concealer. And now moving on to the blush, because I'm using cool tones, I really want to stick to a blue-based pink for the blush, so I'm using this one by Urban Decay. This is probably one of my favorite blush colors. I've always been a fan of this bubblegum pink. And now I do want to add a highlight to this look, but I'm using a product that is not too intense because the eyes are going to be shimmery and I don't want the highlight to fight it. So I'm using this LORAC highlighter. It just adds a really nice soft glow. Alright, moving right along to the eyes, I'm going to start by applying an eyeshadow base that's pretty light. This is both going to make the eyeshadow colors pop, and of course it's going to keep my eyeshadow from creasing. So I'm just applying this with my finger. Now for the eyeshadows, I'm going to be using the LORAC Mega Pro 2 palette. This has the perfect shimmery cool tones in it. But to begin, I'm going to use Sorbet, which is just a nice mauvey matte color. This is the only matte color I'm going to be using, just because I want to start off with a good base to layer those shimmery colors over. And this color is going only into my crease. Next up, I'm taking a smaller blending brush and dipping into Soft Plum, which is just the iciest, most standout lavender shade I've ever seen. It's beautiful. I'm applying this just to the outer part of my lid and kind of over that first transition color I laid down. This is going to be, I guess, my darker color of the look. So again, focusing that into the crease and the outer corner of the eye. And then to really make my eyes pop, I'm going to dip the same brush into Prosecco, which is a really pale shimmery color, still in a cool tone though. I'm going to apply this just at the center of my lids and just kind of work it up and blend it into Soft Plum. And then I'm also going to work this into the inner corner of my eye as well. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to apply a little bit more of that Soft Plum because I really want that color to stand out. It is just gorgeous. So again, really focusing Prosecco right at the center of my lid and into the inner corner. And once I've applied that, I'm going to dip back into Soft Plum and just really make that purple color stand out. Alright, next up I'm taking my really fine eyeliner pencil by Hourglass and I'm going to line the inner rim of my top lash line. As always, trying not to poke myself in the eye. Alright, now I'm going to go in and just kind of darken up my lash line. I don't want a thick line here because I really want that shimmery shadow to stand out. So I'm just going to darken up the lash line and then apply a little bit more at the outer corner because I'm going to be using an angled liner brush to drag that pencil out and just create a really fine swooped winged look. This kind of reminds me of a fairy, I guess. It just has like a really soft and minimalist wing. Okay, next up I'm going to apply some mascara just to my top lash line because I'm going to add some stuff to the bottom. I'm going to apply mascara and you can definitely leave it this way, but I personally want to apply these gorgeous false lashes. These are the Featherette style by House of Lashes. I just think it really brings a nice drama to this pretty minimalist look. So you can see that does a lot for the look, but it's definitely optional. So very carefully lowering that onto my lash line and securing the center first and then going in and securing the inner corner and outer corner. And now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to be using this cream eyeshadow crayon by Jouer. This color is called Renaissance and it is just a nice deep shimmery purple. I'm just going to apply that from the middle point to the outer corners. And once I've got that color on, I'm going to take my smudge brush and just kind of smoke this out a little bit, make it a little bit more blended. Now I'm also going to take this lighter pink color, it's also shimmery, this color is called Serene, and I'm just going to apply this sort of from the middle point to the inner corner, so kind of the opposite way. I just wanted it to add a little bit more of that light pink, cool toned shimmer. That took a minute. And same thing with this, I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. So now that I'm done with the bottom lash line, I'm just going to go in and apply a nice healthy coat of mascara. Now I can't finish up the eyes without polishing the brows a little bit, so I'm going to take the Brow Zing product by Benefit Cosmetics. It's got a tiny little brush inside, so I'm just going to apply the brow powder. I don't use brow powders very often, but I really liked this color, so I'm just going to very lightly fill in my brows, just filling in any of the sparse areas. Now for the lips, I'm going to keep this really simple. I think the best lip to pair with this eye look is just a really glossy sheer color, so I'm using Peach Lustre by LORAC. I think it's one of the most stunning, beautiful lip glosses I've ever seen. So that is it for this shimmery, cool toned eye makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what else you want to see from me. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.